Okay. So Jeffrey has my PowerPoint. It's a little bit obsolete. I sent it to him at like 11 p.m. last night. So there have been some changes to it. So some of it you'll have to disregard. But I wanted to revisit the conversations that we had to open up our Rotary year and talk a little bit about recap of what those things were, but really where are we today and where are we moving forward. So I started out our Rotary year with a couple of questions for us to think about. The first was, why did you join Rotary? But more importantly, why did you stay? And my first impression of our club was that this was a group that worked really hard, played really hard, and I knew right away that I wanted to be part of it. And I witnessed the friendship, the laughter, the energy, and the good vibes from the very beginning. Go ahead and move it forward, Jeffrey. Thank you. So I challenged each of us to focus on our guiding value for the year of never losing sight of our Rotary hat. And what it means for those of you that weren't here when we talked about this, it's creating a member experience that is both fulfilling and engaging, a culture that checks off all the boxes of why we want to stay and be part of a club. And really embracing our Rotary Happy is one of the most important things that we can continue to do to grow and sustain our membership. I'm excited about what we do together, and I hope that we can share the passion for developing and enhancing our membership experience with everyone that we recruit. Our club is amazing, and I think that we're a great case study for what Rotary Happy is, and we can continue to do more and as our club environment can foster both engagement and growth. So thank you for being present at the meetings, choosing to Zoom if you can't be, or being here in person. Thank you for joining in the laughs and contributing to the energy in the room. Thank you for grumbling appreciatively with all the bad jokes. Thank you for showing up for our service projects and volunteering your time and your family's time. Thank you for lending your talent to one or more of our committees. Thank you for bringing a friend to a meeting. Thank you for finding an awesome speaker that has an interesting story to tell. Thank you for sharing what we do on social media. Thank you for sharing your good news at the booth. Thank you for standing up and shouting your name, and I'm a winner when you win the raffle. Thank you for everyone that contributes to the Rotary Happy. It's everybody in this room, everybody on Zoom, everybody part of our club. It makes a huge difference. This is a place where we can be ourselves, be silly, be goofy, be accepted, and be celebrated when and we can embrace each other for exactly who we are. Thank you for all that you do for our club and for one another. If there are things that can be done to increase your Rotary Happy, I want you to speak up. I want you to let us know. Please make the commitment today to help each other, never lose sight of our Rotary Happy, and help our new members. Through this club, I found ways to grow as a person, support my community alongside people that I admire, and it's become part of who I am. And I know I'm not the only one. So think about this for the remainder of today. How is your Rotary Happy? Check in on that. How are you feeling? And it's probably the people that are in the room that probably have the most Rotary Happy, or the people on Zoom, the people that we're not hearing from and not seeing. Reach out. If you've noticed that somebody hasn't been coming, reach out to them, please, and just ask them if they're okay. Tell them we miss them. We want them back as soon as they feel comfortable and safe to come. Please help us in extending that to others, because you're attending, you're coming each week or most weeks. That's the important part, but there are people that are not. And so we need to make sure that we're extending our love and our acknowledgement that they're not here to them. So please help in doing that. Next slide, please. Okay, so our president of Rotary International this year, Shekhar Mehta, shared with us a number of themes and initiatives that Rotarians across the globe will be united in. Grow more, do more. And the grow more is an increase in our membership, and the do more is bigger and impactful service projects. Our Rotary International goal is to reach 1.3 million members by July 1st, 2022. And our plan is each one bring one. When you join a Rotary Club, your potential to make a difference in the world grows exponentially. That's because you're joining a network of over 1.2 million people, volunteers from all over the world who share a goal of improving life for others and doing good. Slide 4, please. Okay, so this is a little out of date because Alicia was supposed to be inducted today as a new member, and she actually is sick. So we are actually one shy of that. But we're excited to have added Mickey, Daria, Steve, Ali, and Jim this year. So can you guys stand up, our new members, and give them a round of applause? Thank you so much for joining. As new members, I am really interested in what you think of the club. What do you like about it? Are we meeting your expectations? What surprises you? What do we do that's confusing? Because I know that there are things. What can we do better? Why do you like it? I'm not going to make it awkward and put you on the spot and make you answer those questions right now, but I am generally interested in what you think, and I would love to hear from you. It's the voice of the customer, right? And our new customers are probably really, really intuitive into how things are going. Another wonderful addition for this Rotary year is our new executive director, Joanna, joining our Rotary family. She's doing a great job jumping right in and learning the inner workings of the best club ever. It's quite the challenge, but she's proven that she's up for it. Let's give her a round of applause. Even with our new stellar additions to the club, unfortunately, our current membership is at 125. So we're losing some footing on the grow more. So we were at 130, we've added, but we've also lost. And so we're at 125. So we're losing that footing on the Grow More initiative, but it's never too late to make an impact. And we do have a few prospective members on deck for indoctrination. So a couple have already gone through and we have a couple more waiting in the wings. So I'm positive that we're going to be seeing more additions and this list is going to continue to grow. But the most important thing we can do to grow and sustain our membership is doing good in the community and talking about it with people that we care about and talking about people that you think would be good members of our club. So each one bring one. Don't forget about our membership challenge we have going right now through the membership committee. We're being challenged to bring guests and introduce them to the Rotary experience of Peoria-North, and your name goes in a drawing for some wonderful prizes. So make sure that you remember that as we're getting back in the swing of things in 2022 and talk up Rotary and what we do and all the good stuff. Next slide, please. Okay, this, I know you're not gonna be able to read this. This is a very busy slide, but under the Do More category, we have a lot to be proud of. So I'm gonna read these off quickly because I just wanna showcase, it's not necessarily what's up here, but all of the things that we've done. And this is just me trying to do a brain dump last night of what have we done this year since July 1st. So Roosevelt School Pen Pals, Roosevelt School Reading Buddies, Tita for the Troops, the Peoria-North Golf Outing, I Can Bike Camp Volunteers, where we help students learn how to ride bikes, the Mississippi Valley Blood Drive, Serving Meals at Neighborhood House, the Roosevelt School Sculpture Deconstruction and Quad Cleanup, which was quite the project, the Wine and Cheese Holiday Social, the Party Bus, the After Party, the Cleanup at DB's bathroom, as Jeffrey mentioned earlier. The high school butterfly garden cleanup, different kind of cleanup. We have a brand new website. You guys checked our website out? Okay, that's your homework for today. I want you guys to all go out to the Rotary PN website and check it out. And thank you, Matt. Matt has done a lot of hard work to get it going. It's live, right? Okay, Matt gave me a scared look. I was like, oh no, maybe it's okay. Thank you for teasing me that. So check out our website. It's great. It's so much more intuitive than our old one, and all of the important information is still there. And if you have suggestions or you have things that you'd like to add to it, please let me know. Let's see, where am I? We have an increased social media presence. We've added Instagram and we are posting every week and lots of highlights. And thank you for all of you that are sharing the posts that we're doing. Keep it up. It definitely will help the momentum. Our World Polio Day fundraiser, we had 34 members contribute $3,069, which was then tripled by the Gates Foundation. So we were over $9,000 for polio this year. And it was just the impromptu fundraiser that we did where people raised their hands. So that's phenomenal. We supported our zone friends in Kentucky with their tornado recovery efforts. We revitalized the Rotary PN YouTube channel, and now we're posting all of our speakers on it. So Jim, if you're wanting to see who our speakers are, you're not here in person, check out the YouTube channel. We have recognized 2 Seibert Awards this year, and we have recognized 8 Paul Harris Fellows. We had our virtual district conference. We had Rotary Night at the ballpark in St. Louis, and we had Rotary Night at the Chiefs with our downtown club. Our Interact students have been very active, doing lots of events. We added the vocational minute, or multiple minutes, as highlights. We had Festival of Tree volunteers. We have a Rod Buffington Literacy Award winner. We have a 40 under 40 winner. We have an Athena International Women's Award winner. We had a float in Veterans Day Parade. We had a float in the Santa Parade. We have the Rookie School Supply Drive. We have our monthly book club. We have the Rotary Canned Food Drive, and we've added Venmo for our payment options. Okay. So those are just a laundry list of things that I can think of that we've done this year that are either things that we've continued to support or new. And I know that there are things I'm forgetting. If there are things that I'm forgetting and you can think about them, let me know, because I'm trying to keep a running total and doing a better job of doing this as we go. But so I know that we haven't captured all of them on this slide, but this really demonstrates the footprint in the community and the good work that we do. So thank you, and give yourselves a round of applause. Next slide, please. Okay, this one might be a little hard to read too, but I also wanted to show appreciation for Alan and the programming committee. We've had some really interesting and great speakers. This is kind of a laundry list of who they have been so far this year. I know that our committee has some really great ones on deck, so we have some things to look forward to coming up, and they're always looking for suggestions and ideas. So if there are topics or individuals that you'd like to hear from, please pass those along to the committee. Let's give the programming committee a hand as well. This committee is a lot of coordination and communication with one another, and they make it look easy, though I know that that is definitely not the case. So quite the list here, and that doesn't include, some of the fun stuff that we've done along the way as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is definitely not an all-inclusive list. This was just a few, but these are things that we have on the horizon, things to look forward to. Soon we're going to get to hear about our community support grant awards and possibly some of the projects that are tied to it. That's coming right up. We have some Inspiration Thursday socials being talked about and planned, so watch out for that. We have the Prescott Bloom Service Above Self and all the scholarship recipients that we support. We have the annual appeal coming up. We have March Madness. We have lots of project opportunities, so there's still lots to do. And we have the 6 months of this Rotary year to get it done. And so if there are things that you have suggestions or ideas, I look forward to your participation in the great things that we do, but if you have things that you think we should add, please let me know. Next slide, please. Okay, I wanted to use my mid-year address, not to take up a ton of time, not to belabor a lot of the points, though I think I have said thank you about 6,000 times today, but I mean it. But I wanted to celebrate each of you, recognize all the accomplishments in the last 6 months, and express my gratitude and appreciation for all that you do to make our club work great. Thank you for your dedication to Peoria-North, and I am humbled to be serving our club and proud of who we are. Let's finish up this next 6 months strong as we challenge ourselves to each grow more, do more, each bring one, and focus on our Rotary Happy. We can't do it alone, but I know we can do it together. Now I want to turn it over to you. Does anyone have any comments, questions, or feedback about this year so far? I have pretty thick skin, so it's okay. And I want to know what you think. What's going well? What would you like to see moving forward? What was your activity? What's been your Rotary Happy this year? So do we have any brave souls that would like to say something? Thank you, Dolly.
As far as membership goes, if somebody, Christine Barkemper's not here, but if we could get like a template where I could copy it to potential members, tell potential members to get them interested. In other words, instead of just a quick message of, hey, have you ever heard of Rotary? Do we have like an elevator speech? No. Just something that maybe is available to anyone to copy to paste in an email, or maybe even on our webpage saying, hey, new members, do we have something like that?
I think we have more content than we've had before on that, but I like your elevator speech. I think that's
or something we can put a link in saying, oh, and here's a link to our webpage where you can hear about our club or see our club, and maybe link it to that video we've had. I know some of those members are no longer with us, kind of thing, but just to help, because sometimes I don't know exactly how to start the conversation.
Sure.
And something to help me with that.
It's great. Great suggestion. Thank you, Scott. And we do have a lot of that information on the website, and it is a little bit more intuitive than our old one. So that is a good place to kind of send people, but I do agree that I think an elevator speech or some kind of template would be helpful. So thank you. Thank you, Scott. What else? What's your Rotary happy? What are your suggestions? What do you like? What do you don't like? What don't you like?
So I'm kind of curious, how many projects do we have that are, have we lost in the last year or two because of COVID for community service?
I don't know the number to that, but I would say that we probably have changed some of the projects. We're not getting as many where people are asking us to come to their sites and things like that. So it's probably a decent number. I don't know off the top of my head what that is, but it has COVID has definitely impacted that because people aren't allowed to have groups come in, and I think groups are more hesitant to go in places as well. Yes.
Along those lines, do we have any update about the Girl Scouts?
Oh, so Andrea was asking about the Girl Scouts program. So we got a district grant from the Girl Scouts, and that is one of the things that is on my list to follow up on, because I haven't heard at this point with the schools since we've had to scale back on having visitors in, how the Girl Scouts have pivoted for that. So that is one of the things I'm following up on, because we are supporting the Girl Scout troop at Roosevelt, and I'm hoping that it's still going. But at this point, I need a little bit of an update, because I haven't heard anything specifically like as of this semester. So thank you. It's on the list. What else?
This isn't one of the things that I want to express my appreciation for. I know as we've gone through Zoom, and a lot of folks have taken advantage of it. One thing I definitely appreciate is everyone's patience. We've been trying to make improvements to the sound quality. Patience with it. I especially appreciate Ashley stepping in. So if anybody wants to ever be a Zoom master, let me know. But I do appreciate people, take it, and hopefully we can make this a good experience for everyone.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for all the hard work that you do. Do you have any comments from Zoom?
Yeah.
Not yet. Okay.
Along those lines, one point you said, hey, we don't use Zoom anymore as we, but just an idea, what if we reached out to members who we've lost on Zoom? Membership sort of. Where if you didn't have the meal fee, which you would need for Zoom membership, is that one way to increase membership? Is that the kind of membership we want? Because they may not be engaged, who knows? But something to think about.
Those have all been things that we've talked about. Now, part of the complication of that is we changed our fee structure. So before, we used to have our dues fees, and we also had our lunch fees. Now they're all one. Now it's all considered membership, because there are so many other things that money does help support in the background. So it's not just the food. And so we've had this conversation probably since the pandemic started, as to what would this look like? What would this look like with the Zoom aspect and potential membership and things like that. And unfortunately, I don't feel like what we're offering is great, but I don't think that we come up with a great plan on how to maximize that and but I think it's still a very good concept that we need to continue to discuss. And if you have ideas or suggestions on that, please let us know. But it is something that we have been talking about for quite a long time, and we just haven't figured out the right way to do it and not impact the integrity of the club that we have. So it's kind of it's a hard one, but it's a good one. So thanks, Scott.
And then to tie into that, you would need to have more than just Jeffrey and then sometimes myself doing it. You would need to have at least 4 people on an AV team, because number one, it's usually pretty lonely up there sitting by yourself. You eat a cold meal and you don't really get to interact with people. So to be able to give people a break, we would need to grow that AD team if we were going to do this on a more permanent basis. But is there membership committee people here, chairs here today?
Brian's here.
So see Ryan Height, I know we talked about those members that are missing or we haven't been seen. That can be a very awkward thing. Who do you know that isn't here? We don't produce like a list of those people because that's shaming. But Ryan, list, I'm happy to reach out and then that will hopefully give you a jump start on who you could be contacting.
We definitely want them to know that they're missed. It's okay. Good balance. What else? I'm making you guys work a little bit because I have to stand up here all the time and do all the talking. I am taking notes.
Sorry, I was too busy drinking Malort.
I'll get you another one. So I appreciate all of the people, and the last couple of years we've been through some really heavy, tough things where I'm sure we don't all agree on how they should be handled or what we need to be doing. But every week I come into this room and I don't have to talk about should you mask, should you not, should you vaccinate, should you not, what do you believe, what's the truth? We don't do that in here, and it's so refreshing to get a break and then leave and deal with it outside of here. But at least for these couple hours a week, we don't have to, and we just get to be together and support each other. So
Thank you, Katie.
I got one from online. So Doug Huff made the comment. He said Rotary is a global network of leaders who want to meet locally to take action to improve our communities regionally and internationally. Would you be willing to join other leaders to improve our community?
Is that Sorry, Doug. That's wonderful. Yes, that's a great that's a great elevator speech.
Copy that one, Jeff.
I nailed that one, didn't I? Nailed it.
Read the chat as they
Sorry. It was like stream of consciousness right there. Sorry.
Anybody else want to be on the AD committee?
No, you're nailing it.
I've been a member of Rotary, this club for 10 years. And this year I just learned when you donate to the foundation, the International Foundation, you get points. And then you can use those points to sponsor someone else. So that's why I sponsored my husband this year. So I just thought that was something I didn't know about. So I didn't know anyone else knew about that or not. But I'm not privy on all the details and how it works, but it was kind of a neat thing. So when you donate to the International Rotary, Paul Harris, so you give $1,000 and you get points. Like I said, you get 1,000 points. I wasn't aware of that. So you may all have points that you don't know about. I'm sure Joanna can help you with that, but that's how I was able to, and I think some other people have done this, sponsor someone else as a Paul Harris Fellow. Like I brought my husband in this year. So that's just something to keep in mind.
So I think one of the things that, because the points thing is always interesting to people. So I think it probably warrants us clarifying that so that we can kind of spell out like what does that mean? How does it work? The other thing that I want to give an update on, and I didn't prepare that for today, but I will, is our circles of giving. So in order to be a Paul Harris Fellow, it's $1,000, but not everybody can give $1,000 outright. And so we have our circles of giving that form, and then you make the commitment over 4 or 5 years, depending on how many people are part of your circle, and then you give $200 or $250 a year. And during that time frame, everybody from your circle will become a Paul Harris Fellow. I want to know how many how many circles we have going, how many we potentially could have, and make sure that you guys kind of have that update as well. So I think that the points, in addition to the Paul Harris Fellows and the Circles of Giving from our club, I think would be really helpful information for you guys to have. So Joanna and I can work putting that together, and then we'll communicate with everybody so that we can help clear it a little bit.
Our Rotary Foundation talked about.
You guys are up in a couple of weeks, so yes, that would be a wonderful addition.
Sorry.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
hey, I've got the microphone. Whatever you want. So just to kind of clarify on the points, Robin and everyone, it's really, it's for every $1 that you spend to the Rotary Foundation, it's like a buy one, get one. You get $1 or a point for each dollar. It doesn't have to be toward a Paul Harris Fellow. It can be to Mobile Plus. It could be to any of the other giving that you do to the Rotary Foundation. It sounds like maybe we'll learn more about that. I did just dig out some recognition and how it works. There's I think it's about a 40-page document that it's a PDF. It's real fun reading, but it is interesting. If you like it, I do have it. Just reach out, email me. I'm happy to provide that to you. You got the microphone. You have the microphone.
Sorry. I was wrong, sorry.
I'll let him know next time I see him at 5 points.
Do you have any other feedback, anything that we want to have covered? I think that, started a good list, and these are definite topics that we'll make sure that we address moving forward so that everybody understands. And once again, for our new members, please let me know what you think along the way. You can confidentially tell, she won't tell me who says it if you don't feel comfortable being that direct, but I'd love to hear your impressions and things that we can do better. Because I think we do great stuff, and I think that we prepare people pretty well. But it's different once you get into the meetings and kind of get going through the year. So things sometimes could fall through, or we don't always explain things, extensively. So we're so glad that you're here and let us know how we can do better. Anything else before I give you a couple minutes of your life back?